If you're tuned in right now, we are waiting for the Zamboni to come out and cut the ice. And then we'll get on with our broadcast as soon as the Zamboni gets off. All right, we are back here live in Heartland Ice Arena in Lincolnwood, Illinois for our face-off against Loyola High School. Tonight was senior night, so there was a bit of a ceremony before the game. That's why we're a little bit behind schedule. There was also a boys varsity game before ours, which ran a little bit over. Anyway, we're on the back end of a doubleheader here. With me again tonight is the famous Dick Lucky. How are you today, Dick?
I'm great. I loved doing the broadcast yesterday. It was a very, I thought, competitive game for the Wildcats, more so than usual, although the final score wound up to be 7-0. But hopefully it'll be more competitive this evening.
Yeah, you know, it was a really strong game for the first two periods. Despite like the shots on goal, there was definitely some decent offense from the Wildcats towards the end of the game. But I think the goalie you can only expect the goalie to take so many shots before they get a little tired.
And she did have a great game.
She had a great game despite the score.
Leela Brownlee has been outstanding all season. The shots were something like 37-6 for the game. So
I think it was even higher.
Maybe it was, yeah. So the fact that the score was 7-0, not at all surprising.
No. So anyway, tonight we have a couple of girls missing. Bryn Claire Koniger, two other seniors besides Claudia Nord, but Claudia Nord is here, so one senior representing. We also are missing, I believe, Zoe Kramer and Allison Koppel. So other than those four, we got the rest of the lineup here. Jillian Young back. We haven't seen her here in a couple games. The same with Isabel Grayson. So we have a little more offensive firepower. My guess is that the coach puts Nord back on defense. She played offense last night.
And in the game between these two teams earlier this season, it was a 3-1 victory for Loyola, but maybe the most competitive game that the Wildcats have played this year.
That's absolutely right, Dick. Yeah, it was a very competitive game, and I don't think they scored in that first game until I think the last goal was an empty net. I could be wrong about that, but if you want to go back and check the tape, which I doubt people are going to do.
Yeah.
So this will be our second game of the regular season. I was talking with the coach earlier, and we were going to label last night's game as a scrimmage, but Neighbor Valley is an hour drive to come to us. And because of the results of our regular seeding round game being so lopsided, they might try to just count that as a regular season game, as the results might not be much different.
Sure.
So.
Well, it's a nice arena, not nearly as large as the home arena for the Wildcats, but there are several Wildcat fans here, and of course Loyola fans as well, and it should be a lot of fun.
It should be, and you know, these two teams, they're very close to each other in proximity as far as location. In fact, Claudia played with several of the girls on the Loyola team growing up, two of the seniors, so she actually knows a few of them, and it's a little bit more of a rivalry than with most of the teams we play.
Well, the fact that she knows how they play may help her, but the fact that they know how she plays may help them.
So it should be fun. If we do have more offensive firepower tonight with Young and Graysick here, so that should help us get on the board. Hopefully we can avoid giving up an early goal, which has been a tendency for these Wildcats this year.
True, yeah.
Although last night I don't think the first goal was given up until the 5-minute mark.
That's right.
Like you pointed out, the 5-minute mark tended to be a weak spot for us.
The second period, they scored at 5:01 to go in the period, and that was only the third goal of the game. After two periods, it was 3-0.
Yeah.
But then the final period wasn't as good.
This over here. Got caught up talking to you, forgot to move the camera so people can watch the warm-ups.
The Wildcats in their road dark uniforms. Although those were the ones they wore last night.
Yeah, I think that the girls like the dark blue. They show up better. And, you know, in NHL games, you typically wear the dark uniforms at home.
Yes.
But for whatever reason, in high school, you wear the white jerseys at home. I'm not sure why that is, but that's the way it is.
That's the way it was when I was a high schooler, but that was a while ago.
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
All right, so that brings us to the end of warm-ups. We're going to get this game underway here quickly. The benches look to be about the same size as far as number of girls.
Yeah.
So both teams will have plenty of players to make full lines.
Yep. The Loyola Ramblers and the Evanston Wildcats looking for a good competitive game.
It's like, maybe we're going to get either
anthem?
A team picture or a national anthem.
I don't know, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the national anthem. If we get both teams to line up on the blue line. Singing tonight's national anthem, Jacqueline Willard, student from Loyola, a junior, a senior.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
He was a good singer.
She was. That was a nice version of our national anthem.
I like that. Quick pan to make sure I've got the.
Well, we're going to start this game about 45 minutes late, but that's okay.
That is okay. All right, looking out on defense, we have Peterson and O'Hara. And taking the centering details is Jillian Young. On left wing is Grayson, and on right wing is Marin Pleiter.
And so here we go, the face-off at center ice. And we are underway as Loyola wins the face-off and drops the puck into the Wildcat zone. Comes out toward the center, and Pleiter has it. Pleiter across the blue line, driving, and a wrist shot is blocked. Down goes Pleiter as the puck is recovered by Loyola in the corner. They try to get it out of the zone, and they do. Comes out to the front. And it's Young with it there, but she lost it. Here's a shot. It's a little bit wide to the left of the goal, deflected partially by Leela Brownlee, the outstanding goaltender for the Wildcats. As the puck goes all the way down to the other end. And now a steal by Young. Young centers it, but unable to get it. Claudia Nord just out onto the ice. as it was behind her a little bit. Loose in front and a shot toward the goal, and it's missed by Weber. Goes to the corner, and coming out of there with it is Loyola as it comes to center ice. They drive across the blue line, 2-on-1. Pass to the center. Shot is in. And so the quick goal does occur for the Loyola Ramblers. We're only a minute 9 seconds into this contest. It's 1-0 Loyola.
Quick strike there. Number 29, I remember her from the last time we played. She is a very, very fast skater.
Koski into the game. She is involved with the centering face-off, and she wins it as it comes into the zone. Claudia Nord gets it back to the point. Now it comes to Nord in the corner. Centering pass. Here's Weber. Shot is partially blocked. They were on her stick as she tried to shoot it. It went wide to the near side. Now it comes out, and with it is Loyola. Another 2-on-1. Here they come. Shot on goal is deflected away by Brownlee. It comes out to the point. Now back to the side. Centering pass is blocked. Goes into the corner, and it's taken behind the net by the Ramblers. The Ramblers come out easily with it. The pass is across the blue line, off target. Driving for it, Nord, and she almost got there before the Rambler as they come back. But now a nice knock away by Young, and Jillian Young behind her own net comes out on the drive. Keeps it herself. Coming to the blue line. Into the zone. Gets around a defender. Here's the shot. And she couldn't get it away close enough, or a little bit wide of the net. Brown kept it in for a while, but now it comes out and it's chased down by Peterson. Back to O'Hara at center ice. Here's Young to Graysick, and she drives it into the zone. Into the corner it goes. Brown looking for it there. A battle for it. 4 players, 2 for each team. It comes out to the point. With it is Peterson. Wrist shot toward the goal is deflected away. Comes back out to the other point. O'Hara shoots it at the goaltender, who blocks it. It comes back out again to the point, but now it's taken by Loyola as Pleiter deflected the pass. Comes back into the Wildcat zone, and they've got it. Here's Pleiter with it now. Pleiter had it stolen. And back the other way come the Ramblers. 1-0, Loyola leads it. 9:44 to go first period. Here's a centering pass. It's deflected to the corner. Comes out toward the point. Now it's in the center, and a good play by O'Hara to knock it away as the Wildcats get it out of there. But not out of the zone. It's still there. Ramblers centering pass, not handled cleanly. Angel driving for it. And now it goes behind the net. Taken by the Ramblers. Loyola trying to center it, but a nice steal. That was, I believe, Pleiter who made the steal. Now it's at the center, and the Ramblers get it back in. Back behind the net it goes. Here's Ella Peterson with it. Peterson behind the net, battling a couple of the Ramblers. Comes out to Nord, and she gets it across a defender and is driving down to get it. Claudia Nord on the move. The shot is blocked. A goal for the Wildcats, and it's 1-1. Claudia Nord rebounded her own shot, which was saved.
So she gets an assist there and the goal.
Yeah. Well, maybe not. But she
Good
does
heads
get
up
the
there
goal.
to stay with it. We're here at the 8:45 mark.
And it's a 1-1 game. Great play by Claudia Nord. Koski battling for the face-off, but the Ramblers get it. They're into the zone, into the Wildcat zone. Back on the other side is Grace Crow. Sends it around the net, and out toward the point it comes. Now it's back across the goal line on the other side. Put out by
in the corner over there.
Yeah, here's a shot on goal and then saved by Brownlee. I don't think she at first saw it coming. Spite is out there. She tries to get it out, can't do it. Comes back behind the net. Conaway with it there. She backhands it to the near side. Weber with the puck. And now That's Crow who
That's
gets it
gonna be
out, but
icing.
it's icing, yep. So we'll have the face-off back in the Wildcat zone.
Boy, good work on the Kits' offensive play there to get us back in the game. I know that as soon as they get it tied up and feel like they can score a goal, that changes the momentum for them. They haven't had that in quite a while, not in a few games.
That's right. 8:01 left first period, so we're about 5 minutes in, and it's 1-1. Battling with it is Crow. She gets it she gets it ahead to Graysick, who gets it out of the zone, gets by a defender, but another one catches up with the puck before Graysick can get back to it. And now the Ramblers have it. Ramblers at center ice. Now into the Wildcat zone. A shot attempt, partially blocked, goes to the side of the net. Now a centering pass. Now another shot, and it's smothered up beautifully by Brownlee, as the Ramblers had a chance there to regain the lead.
Love to see Leela stay focused on that puck and not give up on it. That's hard to do when it's loose in front of you like that.
Yes.
It's jamming at you. So
7:32 to go first period. 1-1 our score. As the faceoff comes back behind the net, the Wildcats had it, lost it momentarily. Young back on the ice, sends it over to Peterson. Peterson across the blue line it goes. Here's Grayson chasing it down in the Ramblers zone. She gets it in the corner, but a defender is there and takes it away. And so Loyola comes back the other way. But now the puck kept in the zone. Now it goes out. And into the Wildcat zone it goes. The drive by the Ramblers, and a shot off the side of the net is picked up by the Wildcats. O'Hara sent it up toward Pleiter. She couldn't handle it. It did go off her stick. Icing is not called, even though it went all the way down. As the Ramblers get it and get it to center ice. Now into the Wildcat zone. Here's the shot. Blocked by Brownlee. Goes to the corner, and Pleiter gets it. She comes back the other way. Pleiter gets by the defender. 2-on-1. Pleiter's shot. A little wide to the near side. Claudia Nord, the player on the other side, runs it down just to the near side, near the blue line. Now a battle between about 5 players against the board, and a whistle and a stoppage of play, and we'll get a face-off with 6:05 to go in the opening period. 1-1. The Wildcats tied it up recently.
good effort by Pleiter and Nord there to skate it down and work together.
Yep. And a fresh line on for the Wildcats. Hosky is out there, I believe, for the face-off. A little late in getting onto the ice, Isabel Brown. And the face-off comes to the Ramblers who get it out of the zone. Crow with it. Sends it back down the ice against the board. And it's back into the Rambler zone. Loyola gets it. And comes the other way, but it's kept in the zone nicely. That was by Conaway. Ramblers get it back in their own zone and get it to center ice. Crow knocks it away. Comes to Brown. She sends it back in across the blue line. Now back out to center. Conaway chases it down in her own zone. Gets it back to Crow. Crow moves it ahead. That is
on net, so
on
there
the
we go.
goal, and so no icing there as it's chased down by Loyola. Loyola on the move. And a great steal by Young. She knocked it away. It comes back further, but picked up now again by Young. She lost it again, but Conaway has it. And Conaway behind her own net. Bothered and has the puck stolen. A centering pass coming up. There it is. Shot on goal blocked. Another one. Brownlee makes another save. 3 of them there. And Conaway gets to it and finds Graysick, who backhands it back to the point. Now the shot wide to the near side, the right side. Ramblers still have it. Here's the centering pass, and it went right through the player who had a chance to score the goal. Now the other way. Graysick on the move. A shot on goal, and the save is made. as the puck goes into the corner and back out across the blue line. Picked up by O'Hara. She gets it to Peterson, and now Young picks it up, but she had it poked away. And back the other way comes Loyola, but a good knock away there by Conaway. Now a block by O'Hara. The defenders doing well for the Wildcats who have the puck. O'Hara at center ice, drives, loses it, a loose puck, picked up.
Tripping.
Knocked down was Young. She actually tripped on somebody, and now a whistle, and that might have been offsides.
Yeah, it's going to be a penalty there, tripping, and we're going to be on the power play here for the next 2 minutes. 3:52 to go in the first period. Wildcats on the power play, which is nice. I don't think we'd have but one of those last night.
Yes. I didn't notice that Young was tripped, but that's the call. And so with 3:52 left to go in the first period, the first power play of the game for either team. The Wildcats have it with a 1-1 score as the faceoff is in the Rambler zone. Comes out to Nord, but now back out of the zone as a defender pushed it away. And it goes all the way back down across the goal line on the other side. Peterson can't get it. They've got it. Comes out to the point. Here's the shot, and a nice save by Brownlee, as that was nearly a shorthanded goal for the Ramblers. 3:36 left in the period, 1:44 in the first penalty of the game. And the face-off won by the Wildcats. Here's O'Hara sending it ahead. Driving for it is Nord. Can't get there in time. Comes back, but now Krasik covers it in the center ice area. Drops it for Pleiter. Pleiter gets it back and looks and has her shot blocked. As it comes behind the net, Krasik tries to center it. It comes to Young. Young in the corner. Moves it out to the point. Nord is there with it. Claudia Nord sends it across the ice to the other side. O'Hara gets it toward the net, and it just went by the goaltender. It was a little wide anyway, as she didn't see it coming. Goes to the corner. Nord battling it there. Comes out to Pleiter. His shot is good! A goal for Marion Pleiter. And I believe for the first time this year, the Wildcats are in front in their game. It's 2-1.
You are correct. That's the first lead we've had all season.
2:49 to go, first period.
So I like what Brownlee did there with the lines. If you noticed, he really stacked that line on the power play with top of each line to have his best skaters out there to get as much offensive pressure as he could on the puck.
So the face-off won by the Ramblers, who are down 2-1. Crow in the corner gets it out to Weber. She lost it momentarily. A shot a little wide to the left side of the goal, and off the rebound off the board, covered up by Brownlee, stopping play with 2:33 left in the period. That was that? I didn't notice for sure whether the penalty had expired.
I did not.
It had not, so it was a power play goal, yep. And the face-off won by the Wildcats as Conaway had it, but her back door pass was stolen. Now a battle for it in the corner. And coming out of there with it, the Wildcats. And now it's popped up in the air by a defender, but taken by Weber. Weber has it stolen. Out at the point. Ramblers with it. Shot hits the side of the net on the right side. Comes out to the point. Here's the shot. Knocked away by a Wildcat. It still stays in the zone. And now taken out of there by Koski. And it'll go across the goal line. There is no icing. Yep. 1:43 left in the period. 2-1. Evanston with the lead. Loose puck in the center, but taken by Loyola. And now a one-on-one, but O'Hara gets the puck and sends it away from the driver. O'Hara gets it back and looks, and her pass intercepted. Picked up by the Ramblers. Driving to the right side, and now a shot partially deflected, bounces in front of the goaltender, who did still knock it away. That can be tough sometimes in the corner. And now with it is Angel. Angel sends it out of the zone.
We're going to get a penalty here.
As
Slashing by the Loyola player on Kleider.
Kleider lost her stick, and that is the second penalty of the game against the Ramblers. The first one resulted in the second goal of the game for the Wildcats. 1:02 left in the period, so half of the penalty will be in this period, and unless the Wildcats score again, the second half of the penalty will be in the second period. Nord, Graysick, O'Hara, Kleider, and Young on the ice in the power play. As Young wins the faceoff, it does come behind the net. Now out to the point. Here's Graysick driving toward the corner. She lost the puck. Comes right back to Young. Now Graysick gets it out to the point. Kleider is there now. She finds Graysick, knocked away, but they get it back in front of the net. Unable to handle it cleanly was Young, and the Ramblers get it all the way down. They shouldn't call icing.
I think the Ramblers called the ref on that and said that's not okay.
No, on
some other call.
Yeah, the team shorthanded can ice the puck. So 33 seconds to go in the period.
Unless there was something else there, should probably put the face-off down here in our defensive zone.
Maybe. Well, they're going to do it at center ice. All right. As Young battles for the puck, gets it ahead to Kleider. Kleider into the zone. Here's Nord. Back to Kleider. Backhand shot. Good save by their goaltender as it's picked up by the Ramblers. And back comes Loyola. Down to 15 seconds now as they ice it again, but of course no icing with the power play going on. Graysick gets it. Backhands it out to the point. Ramblers able to keep it in. 5 seconds left. Graysick with it. Around the board it goes, and there's the end of period number 1 with the Wildcats on top by the score of 2-1. Good first period for Evanston.
Well, Dick, that's what we've been talking about before each game, is that how important it is to get some offensive pressure, and we have definitely shown that tonight.
Yes. They're not keeping shots on goal in this game on the scoreboard, so we don't know what it is, but I would guess it's pretty close.
It does feel like it's pretty even.
Yep.
In fact, I might even say that Evanston has a bit of an edge.
Maybe. Yeah, it'd be good to have it. Well, the teams listen to their coach, basically. As Pat Brownlee, the veteran coach of the Wildcats, talks to his gals.
Well, 58 seconds left on the power play. That's a lot of time left on this to take advantage.
They can still get the power play. They did it at the end of the 2 minutes on their second goal, toward the end of it.
You know what happens is when a team gets the lead like that, especially for the Wildcats, who have not had the best season so far, that can be really motivating for Brownlee, the goalie, to be even better than she already is.
Yep. It certainly helps make her even more competitive. So, of course, they'll switch directions here for the second period.
Nord, Young, Kleider out on offense with O'Hara and Graysick back on defense.
Nord and Kleider, the two who've scored the goals thus far for Evanston, as they do have the one-player advantage here for another 58 seconds. As we start period number 2, the draw won by the Wildcats. Nord sends it ahead to Young. Young across the blue line, out in front of the goal. Can't get the shot away. It's knocked away, and out of the zone it goes. And here comes Loyola as it's picked up by Young. Jillian Young into the zone, driving, looking, passing to Graysick, whose shot is on goal, but knocked away by the goaltender, and now it comes out, and down the ice it goes with 25 seconds left in the penalty. Here's O'Hara back in her own zone. Tried to get it to Pleiter. It's intercepted. Shot on goal. Now a rebound. And the first one stopped, and the second one just a little off the mark as Nord has it. Nord gets it into the zone, but it's picked up from there by Loyola. And Loyola sends it ahead. Young tried to steal it, couldn't do it. Now it comes the other way. Penalty is over. A good knockaway by O'Hara on the drive by Loyola. And it's picked up by the Wildcats, but now taken away by the Ramblers in front of the goal. A good defensive play by O'Hara to stop the shot by the player right in front of it. But back they come. And now a knockaway. Another good one, this time by Crow. And here's Pleiter getting it ahead of Nord, who has a one-on-one opportunity. Claudia Nord gets by her, drives, shoots, and scores! Second goal of the game for Claudia Nord. Third goal of the game for the Wildcats. It's a 3-1 lead for Evanston.
Big goal there by Nord to take us up by 2 goals. That's incredible. Good help with great pass by Pleiter.
It was. And Claudia had a defender who misplayed it and took a fall on the ice, and that gave her the opportunity, Nord the opportunity, to go on the goaltender undefended. And her shot was beautiful. So here's the face-off with 11:26 to go in period number 2. 3-1 lead for Evanston. As the puck is into the Rambler zone, comes out toward the point. Conaway keeps it in, and now it's across the blue line, and coming the other way is Loyola. The drive to the right of the goal. Knock away by Crow. Loose in the corner, a battle for it.
Koski down there as well.
Yes, now it comes out and picked up by Weber, but she lost it. And back into this, deep into the zone it goes, behind the net now. Comes out, and a shot from the wing. No, loose in front and swallowed up nicely by Leela Brownlee. 10:36 left to go in period 2, a 3-1 lead for Evanston.
Line change, we've got Young, Brown, and Graysick back out on offense with O'Hara and Peterson on defense.
As the face-off is in the Wildcat zone. A battle for it, comes out to the point. Here's the shot from there. It hit her teammate as she shot it toward the goal. And the Wildcats come up with it.
We're going to be on the power play again.
There is another penalty coming up. Graysick with it meanwhile. Here's Brown. She can't handle it. It goes to the corner. She tries to keep it. And now it's taken by Loyola, which stops play and gives the Wildcats another power play opportunity. Wow. $10:14 to go in period 2. Young, Pleiter, and Brown. Oh no, Brown's coming out. They've only got 4 out there. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see Nord. She's the other one out there. And the puck comes to her. She drives, centering pass, but Pleiter can't handle it. Now a shot from up on top. Loose puck. And it goes! I believe it was Nord again.
That's Nord with the hat trick.
How about that? She just had to barely poke it in. And it's 4-1 in favor of Evanston. Claudia Nord with the first goal, the third goal, and the fourth goal. 2 of the 4 goals for the Wildcats have been on the power play, and just one of Nord's 3 goals on the power play. Wow, 10:06 left in period 2.
Love to see the Wildcats take advantage of the power play.
Nord and Pleiter stay on the ice. Spite is also in there now, with Peterson and O'Hara on defense. The face-off at center ice. Remember, the Ramblers scored the first goal of the game a little more than a minute into it.
Yeah.
And you talked before the game about how often that's happened this year.
It's happened quite a bit. Well, that didn't slow down the Wild kids.
No.
They've taken advantage of good opportunities.
All right. Face-off at center ice. And the Wildcats have won the face-off, but the puck is stolen, and a shot, and a wonderful save by Brian.
Wow.
No! Did it go in? Yes.
Oh, it did.
I guess not.
I don't think it did.
She did. I couldn't. Yeah, it did not.
The goal came off the hinges, so that's the reason for stopping the play.
Okay. Yep. Great save by Brownlee. So, a face-off in the Wildcat zone, won by Loyola. Driving toward the net, but now the puck knocked away. Centering pass is blocked. Goes to the corner again. And with it there is Loyola. A backhand shot goes over the net. And it comes out toward the point. It's loose. And now back behind the net it goes. O'Hara with it there for the Wildcats. A battle in the corner. And an attempted centering pass hits the side of the net. Behind the net. The puck put out towards Spite. And she gets it out of the zone. But now coming right back is Loyola. Chasing it down is Ella Peterson. Peterson behind the net. Oh, she loses it near the net. In front of the net it goes, but now it's knocked behind the net. Taken by Pleiter, who's back on the ice. She can't get it out, as Loyola right now is handling it nicely in the Wildcat zone. But now the Wildcats get it. Here's Pleiter with it. She comes the other way. Pleiter on the drive. Tried to get by a defender, couldn't quite do it. Loyola gets it, goes behind the net, comes out to the point. O'Hara keeps it in, but the Ramblers get it, and now they're able to bring it out. The pass ahead, and into the Wildcat zone it goes. Peterson battling the Rambler, comes out to the point, gets through her, and out of the zone it goes. 8:22 to go, second period, 4-1 lead for Evanston. Here's Peterson. Peterson driving across the blue line, and a shot partially blocked. Easy knock away by the goaltender. Now out in front it goes. Loose puck, battle for it, and unable to get it that time was Koski. It does come back, and as it does, the whistle blows.
It's like Koski's going to be on a penalty here for hooking.
Okay. So that's the first penalty of the game against the Wildcats. So we'll see how our
penalty kill looked pretty decent last night.
Yes.
So hopefully they can continue
They've
that.
been okay this year on penalty kills. So it's 5-on-4. This time 5 for Loyola. They win the draw in the zone, in the Wildcat zone. A centering pass. Attempted shot is fanned. Getting it is Conaway. Conaway brings it back out to the point. There's a block shot from there. Picked up by the Wildcats. Trying to get it out was Conaway. Couldn't do it, but now it comes to the other end, nearly out of the zone. Conaway back to the ice in the corner, trying to get it out of the zone. 1.5 minutes to go in the penalty. The whole thing, so far, almost the whole thing, has been in the Wildcat zone. I think it has been totally.
It has been.
As this shot is partially blocked, goes wide to the net on the right side, and the Ramblers get it back. It's loose now on the right side. Backdoor pass and a shot a little high over the net. It goes again to the near corner, and it comes back out to the point. It's still in the Wildcat zone as they run it down behind the net. A battle for it there, and that's Crow trying to get it back. It comes out to the front of the net. With it there is Graysick. Graysick loses it. Shot just a little off as it went over Brownlee and just missed getting into the net. And now it finally comes out of the zone as the penalty has just 38 seconds to go. Here's the corner. Loose puck. Comes to the blue line. Shot on goal, and in it goes. And a second goal of the game for the Ramblers with 6:21 to go in our second period. It's a 4-2 lead now for Evanston.
You were right. Nearly the entirety of that power penalty kill was in our zone. That's that tumbling puck is sometimes really hard to stop for the goalie.
The shot was not a heavy one, I think.
No.
I wonder if it was partially deflected. Maybe.
It was, and it gave the puck a weird bouncing path.
Yep. All right, here's the face-off. The Ramblers have it, but it's stolen away by Pleiter. Pleiter into the zone. Gets it around defender. Backhand shot. No. A little wide to the near side. A battle for it in the corner. Jade Angel is there. It comes out of the zone now, and driving is Loyola. Loyola. A shot a little bit wide to the far side. They've got it back. And it's loose. Picked up. Here's a shot. Oh, that missed by not much. It's a little off target. It goes behind the net. Centering pass goes through the center zone and to the board on the side. And a battle for it there. And now it comes out of the zone. O'Hara tried to catch it, couldn't do it. Peterson able to get to the puck all by herself behind her own net. And now she gets it out of the zone. 5:17 to go, period number 2. A 4-2 lead for Evanston. Peterson with it. Peterson in the corner. Gets smothered by a defender. Now a centering pass by another one. Nobody there for Loyola. Now again it goes to the center, but again nobody able to shoot it to the net. From behind the net, they look to center it again. Comes out toward the point, but knocked away by Angel, but then she lost it. Into the corner area it goes. Now it's out in front. Here's a shot, partially blocked in front of the net, knocked by Brownlee, and the rebound is unsuccessful. Claudia Nord runs it down in the corner, but they get it again. The Ramblers do. It comes to the other side, a battle there, and now another whistle with 4:27.
We're going to be on the power play again.
Wow, another penalty against Loyola. That's their 4th penalty. Only one so far against the Wildcats.
There have been quite a few penalties in this game.
Yes.
4 already.
More than usual. Well, Loyola scored first, just a little more than a minute into the game, and after that, 4 straight goals by Evanston, 3 of them by Claudia Nord, and then the second goal by Loyola, and that's why the score is now 4-2 in favor of the visiting Wildcats. A draw won by the Wildcats. Pleiter with it on the left side, sends it back to the point. O'Hara back to Pleiter, but it goes through her stick, picked up by Loyola, and they send it all the way down to send some time away on this power play. Here comes Evanston.
That's O'Hara with the puck right now.
O'Hara near center ice, sends it over toward Young. She nearly lost it. It's loose, now picked up by Pleiter. Pleiter looking it over, sends it back. Graysick, a shot on goal and a glove save.
Great shot by Graysick.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the goalie had a clean line on him with no traffic.
And a good glove save by the Rambler goaltender. 3:46 left in the period, 1:20 left in the power play for the Wildcats. Hosky looking to win the draw. She does not, and the puck is taken by the Loyola Ramblers and sent all the way down to the other end. Goaltender Brownlee gets it over to the corner. It's loose there and sent back to the other corner. So that takes a little more time away. About a minute left in the power play as the puck comes into the Rambler zone, but they get it out of there and send it ahead. A one-on-one